Hi, Scott Whitley here, hope you're doing well and welcome to this brand new video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Boss SY300, which is this guy. It's a beautiful unit and it's a guitar synthesizer which also works for bass guitars. In fact, there is a setting that you need to ideally change in there. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. If you didn't know already, this unit was gifted to me by a gentleman called Laurent from France, who's one of my subscribers, and we were kind of like toing and throwing messages about effects units, and he mentioned this, and I just sort of said, you know, yeah, if I kind of had the money, I'd definitely get one, and unbelievably, he bought me one, which is just mind-blowing. So I've had the unit for just over a week, and this is the first time I've sat down to plug it in. Two reasons. One is I've just been mentally busy. And the other is, if I have had a little bit of spare time, in my opinion, it's not been enough to really get into this unit, because it is a synthesizer. It's not an effects unit as such. And if it was a straightforward sort of effects unit, I'd probably be au fait with it really quickly. But being a synth, and me not being, you know, a synth aficionado or expert, then I knew that it was going to take some time for me to really dive in there and get to grips with it. So today I've set myself a little time aside to get in there and have a play with it. I haven't done anything in terms of programming. I haven't even saved any of my own presets or patches yet, which is the first thing I would normally do with a multi-effects unit, is clear all the, you know, clear a bunch of patches out and then just build them up the way I want them. But as I said, this is different. This is like an area where I need to learn a lot about, you know, synthesis. So I'm just going to kind of demonstrate some of the built-in presets or patches today. So let's get it up on the screen, and let me go through a few bits and pieces. The first thing that's useful to know is this on-off switch. When it's on and it's lit up, the synth is active. Then when it's off, it bypasses, so you can just hear the bass coming through, bypassed. And then, so let's turn that on so I don't forget. This up here is just the volume. That doesn't affect the volume of the DI, by the way, so or the bypass space. It only affects the volume of the actual presets or patches. So I haven't really used these three buttons over here. Like I say, I'm just going to go through the absolute basics here. Control 2 and 3, by default, they've got like an up arrow and a down arrow. And by default, they just run up. Can you see? Through, you know, and down. So ascending, descending. 2, 1. When you press both of those together, you get a tuner, which is really cool, and it's a good tuner, and then you just hit any button to come out of that. Control 1, depending on the patch that you've currently got selected, will do, you know, basically different stuff. So on some, it latches, and it'll like remove the direct bass, for example. On other ones, you might hold it and it takes the note up, bends it up an octave. There are a few where there's a kind of Leslie speaker simulator going on, and that latches and it speeds up the Leslie like a, you know, like a Hammond player would do. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's that. There is a little setting that you should double check. I mentioned it a minute ago, I think, and that's if you go into menu. This is if you're using this for a bass guitar, and then hit, you can't see it for the reflection, but it says select there. So if you push that and then push it again on input sense, make sure you're on that. All right, you can scroll through the items with this knob or use these left and right buttons, but you want to be on input sense. Hit that again, and then you want to basically it'll bring you to tab 1. You'll see number 1 there, and then you want to tab over or page over to tab 3, and then this is the setting that we're looking at, right? That by default, and this is the knob that controls it, will be set to off. And if you're using a bass for this unit, you want that to be on. Set that, and then just press exit a bunch of times to come out, and then you're back there. So let's have a quick listen. This is the first preset. Here we go. So that's cool. It's kind of like a sequence thing. It says sequence. And of course, I'm just sustaining those notes for those that don't know. I'm just playing. You know, that's all I'm doing. And all that other stuff is... That arpeggiating thing is the SY300. So that sounds cool. Let's hit... So I'm not sure what Control 1 did there. Ah! It's just holding it like forever. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, let's go up one. Let's go to PO2. Like I say, I'm just going to kind of play through a few sounds. Alright, that's really clear what's going on when you hit Control 1 there. Listen, this is without it. Bringing that, like, beautiful sweep thing in there. Very, very cool indeed. Let's go up to the next one, see what we've got here. Fat Saw Brass, very cool. I like it. Let's hit Control, see what happens. Alright, that's one where it doesn't latch. Yeah, it doesn't latch. So if I just play an Open G and then hit this, right, so check it out. And then, interestingly, the blue light comes on when it actually gets a full octave down. And then it goes into like a mad vib thing. Very, very cool. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do with that patch. I wasn't too keen on that. Now this is great. This is a layered organ, you know. You see, by nature, this being a stringed instrument, I went to kind of bend a note, and I'm pretty sure... No, it did bend it. Yeah, I thought it would just stepped it up, but very, very cool. And this is the one I think where, oh my goodness, I mean, come on, how cool is that? I need to get this thing on the floor. You know, pardon the expression, but check it out. That is so cool. What's this? Guitar plus bass plus flute layer. So this gives you the direct bass plus an octave below, which is like the bass, and a flute. So. And if I hit Control, it removes, I remember this, the director. Turn that up a bit. Very cool. I mean, that's a feisty fella. Alright, so just a quick thing, those arpeggiated things, those sequence things, if you go into page 2, so you can just kind of scroll across in any of these presets to like different pages, different stuff that you can adjust, you'll see in the second one it says patch tempo, and it's set at 124, so that is, sorry, let me turn my volume up. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 124 BPM, which is great. Except I really wanted this to sync to. Sorry, I'm just going to go left with the page back to there. I wanted to sync with my DAW. I use Reaper over here, and it was like dead easy. Basically, you just take a MIDI lead into the MIDI in from your sequencer or drum machine or whatever it is, the MIDI out of that, and straight away this change. There is a setting for it in the menu. I'm not going to go to. I'll just quickly show you. Go to the MIDI menu, a MIDI setting, and I think it's in the second page. Sync clock, and it's MIDI auto, and it just automatically picked up the tempo from the MIDI. So yeah, so with it set like that, it picks the tempo up from MIDI, and then I'll just really quickly show you. Actually, so there we go. There's a drum rhythm coming in, and if I stop playing that and listen to this, hang on. That's like the 124 BPM thing, and if I press, if I start the drums. You know, it's picked up the tempo and it's synced in absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to check a setting down here, guys. Hang on. Right. So yeah, that's hyper rhythm. Let's move on. Guitar lead control equals octave. That's cool. I wonder if it's... Yeah, polyphonic thing going on. Very, very nice indeed. This, I love this one. I'm going to do a little demo with this afterwards. This is Blues Harp. Very, very nice. Always nice to have a, you know, a fifth thing going on. That's just lovely, isn't it? I love that. And then it seems like when you press control on that, it removes the low note. So and it even responds to tapping, you know. And the track is just instant. It's mad. All right. Very interesting. Sync square lead. Ah, this. Yeah, this is awesome, right? It's a bit loud, that. But I remember this one. It's really, really sensitive to velocity, right? So check it out. If I play like something, if I play an open G and then do a volume swell, you know, where I bring the volume in. Check it out. That's me doing that. You know? So it's, yeah, it's really cool because you can get kind of mad. Let's have a do. See what we can get. So that's using the volume quite a bit. Check it out. And of course, it's, you know, it's also very sensitive to how hard you pick as well, you know. So I've got the volume low there. If I turn it up a bit. It's really cool, that. So let's see what else we've got. That's cool, like a really low bit rate kind of vibe, you know. I love it. I mean, I don't get how it responds so well to vibrato, you know? It's just mad. Well, let me just go through a few more. Remember that one, 19, I like that. Very nice. Craftwork, wow. Oh, that's nice. Wow. What's this? An elevation. Love it. So the cool thing is, by using your volume controls, you don't only just affect the volume. Like if I turn the volume up of that and my volume down, you know, I don't get as much as that resonance thing, you know. Very cool. Pull that back down. Let's see what we got next. And the stereo stuff is just amazing. Rotary drone. I love that rotary effect. Psychedelic lead. Fat pad. Now that's big. That's fab. Church organ. Now this is great. Just check my tuning. All right. This is really, really bizarre. This one. Hang on. That's got a whole life of his own going on there. Drop that track. Cool as. Alright, so let's see what we got next. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic unit. I'm not going to sit here and go through, like, I don't know, like 100 presets or whatever there are. I'm just going to leave you with a few little bits and bobs I'm going to put together using some drums. And hope you enjoy it. And hope you've enjoyed just having this quick first listen to the unit with me. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can buy that off. Buy the unit off Amazon if you're interested. And yeah, so see you in the next video. Hope you enjoy these little bits of examples. See you later, guys.